Hey Leo, I hope you guys are doing amazing. Happy Saturday. Hope something special happens for you guys today. Either way, thank you guys also for tapping in today, and let's see what God, universe, and spirit has to offer you today, whether it be reassurance, clarity, maybe even some guidance, or maybe some messages from the other side in general. Maybe you've been missing somebody. You never know what comes through. So, and I'm just letting whatever come through. So, let's see where it leads. Today we have the Six of Wands, which is a Leo's energy, which is success, victory, maybe recognition in a lot of your life right now. I feel like you guys have been maybe publicly recognized. You could be getting an increase in followers or maybe subscribers if you're a YouTube person yourself, but you're loud in a sense of like not loud in a bad way, but loud in a way that people are hearing it. People are hearing it. It's almost like they could just hear you from 20 miles away. They can just hear the energy within you, like the calling out, like the roar of your voice is calling upon the energies that really need to come through. You have things to teach, you have things to do, you have things to share. Like, you really want people to learn, you really want to see growth and expansion in the world. Like, you are being recognized for something big. You could be an entrepreneur, you could be like a self-motivator, like a talker. So you talk, speak, motivational speaker, that's what I mean. But you know what I mean, you know where I was going with it. But anyway, I was gonna catch it anyways, no matter what. I'm gonna find it. Six of Wands in that sense though is really beautiful, because it's like you guys are very, very smart, and you've definitely been crossing off like specific check marks here and there. Maybe some goals have been reached here. You could be feeling really good with it. Maybe if here's an example, like if you're on a weight loss journey, right, and you've been really wanting to reach like a specific goal, like before maybe Halloween or like maybe Thanksgiving or maybe like even the holidays, all in all, like you're really getting there. Like you're losing your weight that you need to be losing, you're gaining your muscle that you need to be gaining, like you're doing the things you need to do, okay? Like you're cleansing your energy. Say you're fasting, you're really close to completing that fasting. Like you're really getting something in order here, and like it's really pushing you closer to your end goal. And a lot of you have already even reached it. So congratulations on that, by the way, because you do deserve the congratulations, and you do deserve it because you've been working so hard for it. And that's something you also need to recognize yourself for and pat yourself on the back for, because even outside recognition, it might be nice, but it's not the only one that counts, okay? Because you need to make it count for yourself as well. And that means, yes, keep your self-esteem, keep being confident, keep daring to be different, because we all know that's the King of Wands energy that I'm definitely feeling here. It's hyped up, by the way. You may have some jealousy. People maybe don't believe that you deserve the recognition you're getting. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe what people think is really what matters. I think what matters is that God is really, really recognizing you right now at this very moment. And it doesn't matter what other people think anyway. That's just huge. The whole point is they're not even supposed to be judging in any way, and what do? Judge anyway. So yeah, their opinion wouldn't matter, because they're not in the act of God himself anyways. They're under ego. Yeah, King of Cups in the reversal, or somebody that's definitely very like, for one, they lack emotional intelligence, because they could definitely get out of character real quick. Some things can really trigger this individual like quickly. They could be a Libra, Scorpio, moon sign for some of y'all, but they're not really directing that energy in a very healthy way. And when a Libra becomes like out of balance, there's a lot of injustices and revenge tactics that come with that. When a Scorpio gets out of balance, the same thing happens. So when that energy is not maintained or controlled in the correct way, in a healed energy, or at least a process of healing, like somebody's trying to develop the progress of healing. But if they're really just kind of all out of control with it, they're not going to be they're going to be very revengeful, spiteful, bitter, even possessive, okay? Very dark in the way that they go about things specifically. So this person may even try to act nice to your face. Got the Ace of Wands on the bottom. There is something, you spark something in them, and it's almost like they don't really know how to face it, or they're even more fearful that you spark something in them, because they don't feel like they're ready. Yeah, this person got a lot of emotional issues. You got double fives. They could be like May babies, or born on the 5th day of the month. It could be life path number 5 for some of you too. This is definitely saying Scorpio and Aquarius's energy right here. Scorpio and Libra right here, right? Scorpio came out again. We're in Scorpio season currently, so a lot of this is being exposed for a lot of reasons in that sense. Death and rebirth for a lot of things. Now, this person is the craziest thing to think about, but because they're actually so emotionally vulnerable and they really don't have any security in their own emotions, like I said, they lack a lot of emotional intelligence, and that comes to show with the 5 of Cups. They got a lot of emotional baggage they're carrying, but they just don't know how to handle it. So there's something with the 5 of Swords where there's that thing that you're showing to them, that spark inside them that you had revealed to them, that they are not very happy with because they aren't prepared. They really aren't prepared, because this is a emotion versus mentality. Okay, mental versus emotion. And like I always tell everybody, I always do, you need to have your mental be more healed before you start to heal emotions, because your mentality is where it's going to hold maturity, balance, and understanding. When your mentality is in a good, healthy spot, it's not going to let itself sink into negativity that quickly. But when you try to heal your emotions before your mentality, you're going to allow your emotions and your mentality to eat you right up. Okay, your mentality is not going to be able to handle a lot of your emotional things that you're going to be able to try to explain or even correlate through your mind, because that's how you heal. It goes between everything connects. Okay, so when you start to heal your emotions, your mentality, your spirituality, it heals your body. It's as simple as that, really. But a lot of people try to focus on the body part, physical part first, but that's not actually the part that matters. The whole reason we have a body is to understand so many different lessons when it comes to actually trying to heal our spiritual, our emotional, and our mental. And the reason why we have a physical body is to have the experiences outside of ourselves and understand what pain really is physically. Because when we realize that the pain that we're carrying is actually it's a part of the process, but in all reality, when we all pass away, we move into soul versions of ourselves without body, there pain doesn't exist in that area. There's no pain. So pain, time, and fear are the biggest illusions that a lot of people have not been able to conquer yet. Okay, but when it comes to the mentality and fixing the mentality, this person that's jealous of you has not done either. So they do allow themselves to get out of control, and then they're very conditioned and projected onto enough to also rage in ways that would be like their mother's rage, or their uncle's rage, or even their grandfather's rage. But like that's the lineage. That's the way it gets passed down. And that's how they come across, and it's not even truly who they are. But you got to think about it. Even if it was their grandfather, it wasn't even their grandfather that was acting the way that they were acting towards this individual. It was the projections and conditions from those people that were yelling at that person, that grandpa. That's just how it keeps going down. And there's somebody that has to finally cut the cord and stop and break that, right? And this person has that mission, I can tell you that, but they have not embodied it at all, because obviously, like, they're jealous of you, and it's just popping up in that way. This person has, if they could redirect their energy, they'd have a lot of positive influence, definitely, on the world, for sure, on themselves, yes. Like, they're one of those people that are supposed to be able to bring that experience from what they're going through right now to wisdom later and turn it around. But they haven't hit that point yet, but they are very jealous of you. And this is the truth. Ace of Swords here, the clarity you were looking for. Maybe this is something you've been feeling. For some of you, it's like you may have had some energies that have felt like delayed, or you maybe even had like plans that have got cut off, and pushed back further. Like, there's been things you've been noticing that don't usually happen, that have been happening more often. And so when you're looking at it, you're actually maybe feeling like there's something to do with it. Yeah, you're right, there is. And this is the reassurance, the clarity you were looking for today, because this is the person. This is the energetic tie that is actually delaying these things, or causing these, little things that seem to be all of a sudden becoming big things to happen. And it's like, what all this is telling you is like clarity, that you're right, there's something, and there it is, there's this something. But now that you know what it is, you can name it. Like, if you know what a DEMON is, you know that you need to be able to know the name of it to be able to banish it. Otherwise, it can keep manipulating, fooling, playing with your mind until you actually can call it out. And that's the same exact thing. Is you're calling out this energy now, and now that you know it, you can clear it. And this is all you really needed to know today, which is actually really good and decent. I'm glad this was a pretty simple energy. Let's see a little bit. Let's see. When I gaze into your eyes, I see the entire universe. Mysterious, dreamy eyes. When I gaze into your mysterious, dreamy eyes, I see the entire universe. Okay, and somebody could be shorter than you too, if that's the case. But I feel like it's definitely the dreamy eyes. They had to come together. That's actually pretty significant. Now, this could be another thing you're successful with. You have a really wonderful relationship with someone, your partner, right? This is coming out. This could be another thing that somebody's just really jealous of. They got that eye that's peeping all the time at this relationship and never thinking that maybe you're worthy of it or whatever. Some kind of reconciliation is upon you too. And this could be a reconciliation with this person. Like maybe you'll have a long talk with them, or maybe you won't, but maybe there's somebody else that this energy being removed will bring in, and that could bring in a new reconciliation, maybe an old friendship, or ties to an old coworker or something like that. You randomly see them somewhere, like, wow, I haven't seen you forever. But that could be confirmation too for you guys. Once you do cut this energy off, it will show you that you have actually cut it off and that it's no longer going to affect you. And we have, it's time to build that courage. It's time to be strong and hold on. And hold on, because at this very moment, there's so many beautiful things that are happening for you in your life with the recognition, the success, the victories, the things you've been learning and growing upon with your wisdom. It's just time to build that courage. Like I said, stay confident in who you are and stay strong and hold on, because there's way more coming. And hold on to that ability to stay humble. Okay, that's what I'm feeling for you guys. The Knight of Wands is on the bottom. There is something passionate in your life that's arriving that you're going to be receiving. And let's get a oracle card to finalize. The ascension, the act of rising or ascending to a higher level. Jesus rising to heaven is an example of an ascension. Allow yourself to soar amongst this new altitude. It will uplift you and balance out your attitude. That's beautiful. I love this. I took this picture. This is just a huge cloud, like just layered, and they were just so pretty with the mountains in the background. It was just so beautiful. I was like, oh, I had to take that picture. But either way, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, Leo.